Good morning, all. Welcome to the fifth webinar of Odisha Library Academy. सबके दिलों में हो सबके लिए प्यार, सबके दिलों में हो सबके लिए प्यार, आने वाला हर पल आए खुशियों की बहार, आने वाला हर पल आए खुशियों की बहार। इस उम्मीद के साथ भूल के सारे गम, इस उम्मीद के साथ भूल के सारी गम, आओ हम करें इस आओ आओ हम करें इस आयोजन का वेलकम। It's a lovely Saturday morning. Namaskar. Hello everyone present here on this beautiful morning. I am pleased to welcome each and every one of you to a brainstorming fifth webinar on SOPs, Protocol for Reopening and Functioning of the Libraries during COVID-19. Myself, Dr. Vedarata Das, I am excited to be coordinating this webinar. I want to express my heartfelt thanks to Odisha Library Academy for organizing this webinar. Before we get started, let me throw some light on purpose of this webinar. Dear friends, the coronavirus disease COVID-19 began to lead closures of library building to their users at last week of March 2020. So the library systems should create and amend their services, staffing plans based on creating a pandemic task force. Oh, hola. There you go.
Good morning. Welcome to the Odisha Library Academy 5th webinar. Today in the beautiful morning, I welcome all the participants and the today's topic after COVID crisis. Dr. Nabi Hassan is an eminent person. He is the librarian and head in the IIT Delhi, and he has a lot of experience in this crisis. Before that, introducing him, I just want to tell two lines on Odisha Library Academy. Odisha Library Academy is the brainchild of the young library professionals of Odisha, who has created a dynamic step to form an academy for the development of the profession and to give respect and give the due recognition of this profession. That's why we have started this academy. After 5 years, we have done a excellent work on how we will organize the conference and seminars. After that, due to lockdown period, we are forced to start the webinar. Now, due to some technical problem, I request our coordinator, that Vedarata Das, she will speak two lines. After that, our program will start. Thank you.
Sorry for the interruption. Now we are lucky to have with us Dr. Nabi Hassan as today's resource person. Namaskar, sir. Dr. Nabi Hassan is the librarian Central Library, IIT Delhi. Earlier, he has served as the University Librarian of Aligarh Muslim University. He was the first Norman Earbold Fellow from India in Library Information System, trained at Cornell University, New York, USA. Dr. Hassan, Dr. Hassan has an experience over 25 years of active library services and postgraduate teaching and has published 16 composite books and 138 articles. He has successfully completed many innovative library projects, including 3 World Bank ICR-assisted library projects. Currently, he is heading the National Resource Center in the Library and Information Science of the Ministry of HRD, Government of India, as its coordinator under its ORPID MOOCs program. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing this webinar. It is going to be very informative as the itinerary is very exciting. I sincerely hope that everyone will enjoy. Now I request our resource person, Dr. Hassan sir, to deliver his talk. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I am grateful to the OLA team, the Odisha Library Academic team, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Banamba Sahu, President, Odisha Library Association. Thank you, webinar coordinator, Dr. Vedartha Das. I'm thankful to Dr. Kamal Lochan Jaina, then Mr. Basant Kumar Das, Mr. Sambhunath Sahu, and overall my friend of IIT Delhi. We worked together for a really very long time, Dr. Bibhuti Sahu. We were really a great team, but he got a better opportunity in his home state, so he preferred IIT Bhubaneswar over IIT Delhi. So, friend, thank you very much for joining this morning, this weekend morning. And I'm grateful to all the participants who have joined this program from different parts of the globe. Uh, so, I will be sharing my screen. Is my screen shared properly? Organizers?
No, it's coming. Now it's coming.
Uh, my screen is not visible?
Yes, now it is visible.
Okay.
But not
So,
clearly.
not clearly.
Yes, visible. Now it's visible.
So it is full escape, fully visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fully
So
visible.
can I start now my presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So
You can
thank you
start.
again, Odisha Library Academy, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you very much, participant who have joined this morning. So what I am going to discuss is about what are the standard operating procedures or protocols which we need to follow in libraries, because we are opening the libraries, we are functioning in the libraries, maybe in a restricted manner, like for few hours, for or maybe for a whole day. So we have to follow some protocols because the situation is very difficult. With this background, I would like to proceed with my presentation, that as part of my presentation, okay, so as part of my presentation, I will be covering a little bit background of this issue of COVID-19 and how these services are being provided during this period, the different library closures, and how we can manage the uh, different approaches during this pandemic period. And regarding the reopening of the libraries, if you are going to open your library again, or if you have already opened, then what precautions you should take, and how you can better run the library services. Then there are some standard guidelines regarding quarantine of returned books or the library material, and how you can stay safe at home and also at work while you are delivering different type of services. As far as IIT Delhi is concerned, I can see that our work has increased. Although we might be working from home earlier, now we are in the office uh, on a 50% basis, but our work has increased. We are doing a lot of work, we are providing lot of services, there is lot of pressure from the student, from the faculty. Then different actions have been taken by the different associations on national libraries or library partners like publishers. Then libraries support to handle social media and fake news. I would also highlight that. Then I will be discussing about model standard operating procedures and protocols for COVID situations with special reference to IIT Delhi, because we have already implemented SOPs in IIT Delhi, and those SOPs were discussed in the all IIT librarians meet as well on 5th June. Although those have yet not been approved, but they have got a very good response, and I mean, those SOPs may be considered as model SOPs. Then apart from the problems, there are some opportunities that COVID-19 situation has provided to us, so that I will be sharing as part of my presentation. So these are the screenshots taken from the 1918 Spanish flu. So you might have heard now that there was a Spanish flu in 1918, which continued for 15 months. It was in these, and it was one of the biggest, you can say, pandemic in the history of the mankind. And almost 2 crore people in India itself died. Almost 20% of the world population, people say, might have died due to 1918 COVID situation. It was basically H1N1 virus, uh, and you can see these are the pictures from that 1918 pandemic, which was Spanish flu. So we are after almost 100 years later, we are now experiencing a situation which is known as COVID-19, which is unprecedented, which is strange, very confusing. We have to maintain social distance, rather I should say physical distance, masks, soaps, sanitization we need to use. There are a lot of mobility restrictions. We are unable to read the printed newspaper. So there are a lot of issues in current situation of COVID-19 and in the lockdown. But this is not a new situation. This situation was earlier as well in the history, and as I discussed, Spanish flu was a bigger pandemic comparing this situation. So everyone is affected. Every walk of life or profession is affected. Our economy is affected. Our agriculture, health, or education sector is affected. Our education institutions are affected. Everything has been affected, like whether it is academia, whether it is construction industry or airlines. In the same way, the libraries and museums have also been affected. Many of the above are physical labor intensive industries, but library profession is IT oriented. So there is some hope. What I mean to say some hope is, like we can still provide better services comparing other industries. So you understand that COVID-19 situation began to lead to the closure of library buildings at the start of the year 2020 itself. Although in India, libraries started closing their services in March, but like in China, the virus was diagnosed first in December itself, December 2019. But we came to know about this virus in 2020, maybe January. And in China and in some of those cities where the virus was spread in the initial days, so the library services started closing. So libraries and librarians are offering now reduced or alternative services until full services resume, though generally the focus is on online, or you can say digital contents. So valuable resources to offer include support for basically our teaching, research and extension to our student, to our research scholars, to our faculty members. So but while providing limited services or minimal services, we have to take care of the well-being of our staff and our users. If we are providing some services from the library, we have to take care that our users are not affected. They should not get infection, or our staff who is providing services to the user should not be infected. So we have to design some standard operative procedures, or we have to design some alternative ways of doing the things. Like as I have already discussed, that library closures and managing different approaches. Like libraries started closing from January itself, 2020. but some of the library services have been opened partly, or you can say at a minimal way, or you can say some of the libraries are providing more services. So there are different approaches of managing these library services. Like there may be basically 3 to 4 approaches. One approach is like business as usual, or you can say the new normal. When the government announced initially the lockdown, it was uh, thought that I think we would be able to recover from this situation in 3 weeks, but that didn't happen. Now the government started saying that you have to change your lifestyle, you have to live with the corona, because it is going to continue for many months. It may take year as well. So instead of closing down or extending the lockdown, now we have entered in a phase which is known as unlock 1. So although the spread of virus is increasing, but still we are open for some of the services, because we have to survive. We have to survive with our economy. We have to manage with our minimum requirement of daily needs. So this situation is known as new normal. Okay, so we are trying to provide as many services as possible in the current situation. Then there are libraries which may have imposed some restriction on services. Then few more libraries might have imposed more restriction. This is known as minimal services. Then some of the libraries have been fully closed, like in Delhi itself. University of Delhi and Jawaharlal Nehru University, which are one of the two top ranked universities, have yet not opened their libraries, so they are fully closed. Now some of the libraries have opened, but many of the libraries are preparing for opening. So these are different approaches of managing the libraries in COVID-19 situation. So the first category is managing different approaches. Means the library is functioning for a longer hour, maybe for the whole day, which is known as new normal. It is not normal, but it is known as new normal. If a library is providing services as a new normal, like even IIT Delhi is providing some of the services, so we need to ensure supply of masks and sanitizers. We need to arrange for thermal scanning while people are entering in the library. We need to keep the surface clean, including library computers. Like only one person should use that particular computer during COVID-19. Not everybody should be allowed to use any of the computers. Then ensuring staff and users uh, uh, to recover if they are feeling ill, or rather feeling uncomfortable. They should not be coming to library or office. Then providing pages with useful links, like you can create some of the uh, links from your landing page of the library, or you can provide really good links from your website for you can say open access services. Many of the publishers have provided good resources during this time, free of cost, ebooks and other resources. And you can also provide links to some open access or paid resources as well. So then another approach to manage during this situation is some restrictions. Means to close spaces where people may spend a longer time in the company of others, apart from continuing with minimum service. Like you are not allowing the people to sit in the library, like in reading halls, etc., but you are allowing like issue returned, or maybe staggered sitting of the staff. So in this way you can trying to avoid the spread of you can say virus, and but you are trying some minimum services. Another category is restricting library services more strictly, like fully closing spaces, only offering the possibility to borrow or return book at a counter or via a book drop. Like you are allowing to return the book in a book drop box, or allowing people to keep the book on a particular at a particular place, and issuing the book uh, uh, through your library staff only. Like you are asking for someone, from someone, like give the call number of the book, and then you are taking out the book from the closed access area, and you are handing over the book by showing that. Means there is no physical contact with an outsider. You are giving the book to a user from the other corner. You are not touching anything. You are not touching his card. You are not touching any surface from people who are coming from outside. So this way you are providing some minimum services during this pandemic time. And implementing quarantine policy on return books. For example, if someone is returning the book, you are keeping that book aside at least for 48 hours. Or if there is some plastic surface, there is a plastic covering of that book, you can keep that up to 72 hours advance. So this is a testing time, and you are trying to provide service as per your institute or government policy. Then fully closure. If the library is fully closed, then also you need to ensure many of these things, like ensuring all staff is working from home unless completely necessary. So you are allowing your staff to work from home, but on the other side you need to complete some of the works as well. So when you are assigning some work, like you are asking someone to please check the entries in the OPEC. If there are errors, you can note down, or check the institutional repository. Is if there are errors, you can note down. Or if you have good connectivity, if you are staying in a campus like IT Delhi or IT Bhubaneswar, then you have a better connectivity. Then you can really do some of the good services. Like IT Delhi started using InFed or Shibboleth based remote access during this period only. Earlier it was not possible for us because we were not exploring, we were using only VPN. So providing ongoing communication to users about opportunities to use library resources. You are regularly communicating with the users that how you can better make use of the library services while the library building it fully closed. And but in some of the cases, like if you need to process some of the bill, if there is some account related work, if there is some budget related work, you can come to the library and provide the facilitate the minimum administrative work. But in that case, the library is still fully closed because it is not open for the users. So now we are preparing to reopen our libraries, which is known as the new normal. It is not normal, but we are saying it new normal? Because we are trying to reopen the library. We are forced to reopen our services. We are opening our markets. We have opened our some of the transport services. We have opened the flights. So that is basically new normal. It is not actually normal, but since we are forced to provide services because the disease is going to continue for a longer time, so it is known as new normal. So while you are preparing for reopening the libraries, there are many issues you have to consider, like staff issues. You have to take care of your staff. Like in Delhi, people might be coming from other neighboring cities as well, like Gurgaon, Faridabad, Ghaziabad. So you have to take care two things. One is that they should not be infected. Okay. And second thing is that they should not spread infection as well. If they are using the public transport, obviously they may be infected by someone else, and then they can spread infection in the library as well. If there is a single case in the library, the whole library building will be closed, it will be shielded. So you have to take care. Then you have to follow the government circulars or municipal council circulars as well. But most important thing is that you need to follow your institutional circular. Like initially the institute directed us to close the library, then there was a circular to open the library with 33% staff. Now we have been asked to come 100% if we are above deputy secretary or above rank, like deputy librarian and librarian, and rest of the staff is coming on 50% basis, means alternate day. So then you have to observe what other libraries in your city are doing. means you have to take their experience, like if they are facing any issue, if they have opened, then the timings of the library should be really short, or you can ask your staff to attend the office or library in a staggered manner. Means somebody may come from 10 to 2, another one may come from 2 to 6. So this way you can provide the library services while you are preparing for reopening. Then you have to arrange for disinfection and cleanliness of space and sterilization, or you can say sanitization, soaps, napkin, mask, gloves. You have to arrange everything for your people. Then monitoring of physical health or physical distance is very important. I'm not regularly using social distance because in fact this pandemic situation has reduced the social distance. We are communicating with each other using different social media and telephone, etc. This is basically physical distance which we have to maintain up to maybe 6 feet. Then what parent institution is working, like if IIT Delhi whole as an institution is open, then library need to open as well, and they need to support by providing these services. Then you need to check that your staff may have some app installed, like Government of India has directed to have the app installed on your mobile device like Arogya Setu. So this app may help you the active cases near you. So this is reopening libraries the new normal. uh, it is very difficult to maintain this situation in India because our population is very huge, but these are the real pictures taken from some other libraries. This is like from Los Angeles Times. Like libraries are open with new normal, you can say. People are maintaining physical distance here also, here also. So if you are providing sitting space to your users, you need to provide the physical distance. This is another picture providing library services with lot of physical distance. Then another thing you can do is limiting numbers in the library. Like to reduce the risks is to limit the number of people in the library at any one time. This makes it easier to maintain social distance or physical distance. So uh, you can allow a limited number of people to the library. For example, if you are allowing the user, like if IIT Delhi's sitting capacity is 1000 people, we have proposed to allow only 10% of the people to enter in the library, and that too on a particular floor, like on top floor. And the entry of the readers will be from a separate gate, so they cannot infect us. So we will not be in touch with them. And also, like if we are allowing 33% or 50%, we have asked our staff to stick to their seats, don't go to other people's seat. Try to manage the work using telephone, email, or you can discuss with 6 feet distance. Another important point for reopening the library or for new normal is to limit the number of sections. Means you should not open all the sections of the library. Like it is like a odd even system in Delhi. Like one portion of the market is open on one day, another portion is open on another day. So you can open technical section on one day, acquisition section on another day, circulation section maybe uh, with restricted services like issue return, or you can open serial section one day and then uh, electronic resources division on another day. So you can restrict the number of sections on a daily basis. You can restrict the number of people as well in the same way. I've heard yesterday that Government of India under DOPT, through DOPT, has issued a circular that more than 20 people should not be allowed in a building. I have not seen this, so you have to see these things as well. Then promoting hygiene, maintaining hygiene is very important. You should provide to your staff face masks, gloves, sanitizers. There should be thermal scanning. You should try to provide the tissue papers instead of handkerchiefs. So this way, since I have limited time, so I will be quickly covering all those things. then try to keep your staff safe, like with 33% we were earlier open, now we are open with 50%, but out of that 50% our number of people are still not coming because they are from Ghaziabad or Faridabad or Noida. So what I'm trying to say is that the people who are staying in the containment areas or using public transport like buses, there are chances of infection. So these people should be avoided to come to the office until and unless asked for. Okay, so there should be some quarantine time as well, because people are coming to return the books, people are coming to submit the thesis as well. So we cannot say no to the services because we are open, but we need to take some precautions. So in most of the cases the libraries have you can say waived off the fine, they have waived off the fine charges, so people can keep the books with them and they can return the books once the institute is open. Or as per American Library Association, the guideline is to quarantine the book from 24 to 72 hours. In case of a normal surface of a book, you can keep a maximum of 48 hours, but if it has a plastic surface, you can quarantine it for 72 hours. So this is a recently published paper, published on February 6, 2020, published in a Elsevier journal. So these guidelines have been taken from a authenticated published paper. So this is the maximum time, it is not the minimum. It is not necessary if it is metal for 5 days the virus will remain there for 5 days. It may remain up to maximum of 5 days. Then we need to learn at how to stay safe at home and at work as well, but we need to provide services as well. Like World Health Organization recommends that people should practice respiratory etiquette, because the main source of virus infection is respiratory system. So if you are able to manage your respiratory transmission, then there are less chances of infection. Like you should use mask, you should use alcohol based sanitizer, or you can say you should wash your hands regularly, and most importantly you should not be touching your face again and again while you are coming from a public area. So managing working remotely is very important. Now you have very good smartphones, you have laptop, desktop, or maybe other devices, so you can still provide library services using these electronic gadgets. So if you are able to provide good services from your home, then obviously your employer may be happy with you. Otherwise, if you are in a private sector, then people are finding difficult to save their jobs. So managing working remotely, these are some of the contexts for the librarians. Like some of the people may not be comfortable with technology, or some of the people are complaining that they don't have laptop or desktop, so they are finding it difficult to work from home using their mobile devices. And then our focus should be on online resources. We should try to provide as much access to online resources as possible. Then we should try to provide chat, reference, or research services, because we all have internet connectivity. So we should try to provide services even if we are not staying in the campus. Which we are, like in IIT Delhi, we are regularly holding monthly or staff meetings using different media like Google Meet or any other channel. People are organizing webinar, then they are maintaining good website, institutional repository. So they are providing a number of services uh, using you can say online way. But uh, reporting on monitoring online has become really a cause of concern, because if everything is reported using you can say text or video or recorded thing, then people are sometimes scared uh, that there should not be anything wrong with them while they are using all the online services. So providing remote services is very important. I think our main motto should be that we should try to help our users to get all the services, even if we are not coming to office or if we are not open as a library. So apart from our normal services, the library people are doing some other jobs as well, like you may contribute, or people are contributing in Wikipedia articles. People are trying to provide help to World Health Organization by providing some scientific content or advice. Then in some of the libraries, people in the libraries using 3D printer, they are uh, you can say creating PPE kits, or you can say mask as well. So what actions should be taken by association or national libraries organizers? Can I take 10 more minutes? Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me, madam? Is everything
Yes,
all
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Is everything
Yes,
all
sir.
right
Yes,
with?
sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
how
sir.
much?
You can take 10 minutes. You can take 10 minutes. No
So
problem.
I can end my presentation by 11:50 instead of 11:40.
Okay, sir. It's okay.
Thank you,
No issue.
thank you.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
what action library associations or national libraries or library partners like publishers are taking during this pandemic time? So, association and library authorities like library association have set up pages with list of reliable resources and guidance at the national level. Like many of the library associations and authorities have created really wonderful pages, and they are trying to provide as much links from those pages to the resources, to the courses, to the webinars, to the online discussions, so that people are really benefited out of those online resources. As far as national libraries are concerned, all the national libraries of different countries are contributing a lot, including our National Library of India as well in Kolkata. They are holding webinar, they are holding other activities in the library feed, and they are organizing different digital resources for the users so that they are able to access. And in other countries like in Norway or in Library of Croatia, or yesterday I was seeing on Instagram that the Indonesia Department of Library Science has also organized a virtual exhibition. So you can hold a virtual exhibition as well using online resources. Then as far as library partners are concerned, like our publisher partners or the people who are creating contents or textbooks as well, or ebooks, number of people have now provided free resources during this pandemic time. Okay, so library people are not only providing services to the community of their library users, but they are also trying to provide services to the society, like using their 3D printer. They are creating PPE kits, like they are trying to sew face masks. Some libraries have been sending comics and magazines on a weekly basis to hospitals and other places where the people are spending their quarantine time. They are trying to help uh, uh, in activities like cleaning and helping in health centers, or librarians are trying to help in funeral homes or public nurseries, because you have seen the situation, even the bodies are lying here and there. So library people are, and these examples are true example which I have taken from many different sources. I cannot obviously discuss everything here due to paucity of time, but I have given references at the end of the presentation. So in this difficult time, the social media and fake news are very important. Like as a librarian, our role is also important, that we should try to tell the people that we should not be scared. We have to face this situation in a really nice manner. We should try to handle the situation in the best possible way. If we are scared, if we are like you, if you are seeing the television channels, they are always trying to present you negativity. They are giving you news which are really scary. So as a librarian, it is also our responsibility to help the people to comfortable. Okay, one joke is becoming viral on WhatsApp groups. uh, उसमें एक वाइफ है अपने हस्बैंड को कहती है कोरोना से डरना नहीं, कोरोना से डरना नहीं, और बीवी से डरना है। क्यों? क्योंकि इन दोनों का अभी तक कोई वैक्सीन बना ही नहीं है। सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट आपको डरना नहीं, यू नीड नॉट टू वरी अबाउट कोरोना बिकॉज दिस इज अ डिजीज, वी हैव टू लिव विद दिस डिजीज। सो but as a library professional, you should try to help the people using hashtags and other means of uh, another important thing is that you might be doing really great work, but you may not be able to reach to the people, all people. So I think marketing is also important. Whatever good work you are doing, you should try to tell the people that librarians are really doing these good work, and library can further provide you better services. So you should use different channels to reach to the people. So marketing is very important. Your director, your principal, your vice chancellor should know that you are trying to deliver good services during this pandemic time, and you can use different means for reaching to people. You can create a virtual library tour if your user cannot come to the library. If you might have created a good video or virtual tour that may help you to publicize your library services. Like you people are doing great work by really organizing good conferences, and your resource persons are really great. If you are able to reach to direct developers like Koha people, you are doing a wonderful job. I also started as a president of Asian chapter of SLA. I started webinars long back. Okay, so like in IIT Delhi also, you can see I'm regularly every week or twice in a week I'm holding some webinar for my own people. So you people are also doing really great work, arranging these great people like Chris or like Anil Kumar or ARD Prasad. It is really very important that you are doing a good work. So IIT Delhi has also adopted some SOPs or protocols for functioning of the library. IIT Delhi library is open from 8:45 to 5:30, and we are providing reader services during 10 to 5 with different protocols. So the protocols which I am going to share are basically yet not approved, but we have started following our protocols. Those have been submitted to a committee of experts for their suggestions, and I mean the last date given to them, extended date to approve is 12th, yesterday. So I think so this was the circular which I mean these were the SOPs which were submitted by me to my deputy director. So these are some of the protocols which we are following. In out of that, later I have uh, taken out some of the important points, like our work. We have reduced our working hours from 10 to 5 for the users. We are allowing only currently enrolled student, faculty, staff for only important work. We are not allowing sitting space as of now. No outsider like alumni, relatives, dependents are allowed. We are if anybody is entering in the library, we are checking with IR, like thermal scanning, and sanitization is must, mask is must. Then we are trying to keep as much physical distance as possible. So these are some of the protocols, general protocols, or you can say SOPs, that we are following. We are discouraging our users to come with bags or belongings. Staff need to use designated office space. If some person is sitting on a particular seat, he should try to sit on that seat itself throughout the day. He should not be going here and there in different sections for different works. He should try to manage from his seat only. We are trying to avoid surface contact as much as possible, and trying to provide the disposable tissues, because if you are using your own handkerchief, that may become the cause of infection while you are going back to your home. Then the areas which are frequently touched by the users, like the handles or gate or knobs or reading tables, they should be regularly disinfected. And the people who are staying in the containment area or having symptom of any disease or COVID, they should not be allowed to come to the office. So then stop doing the cleaning, dusting, shelving or book cleaning work, should be using gloves and masks. We can also allow work from home as per the duty roster. Like if we are asking people to come on alternate day, it means one day the staff will be at home, so you can assign some work. Although air conditioning is not recommended, but in IT Delhi we are using because our windows have been locked. So we are using minimum air conditioning because that spreads the virus. We are issuing appropriate notices, and the primary purpose of coming to office is that our works are not affected. And in case of any emergency, library administration takes the final call. Library administration means the librarian or his deputy or assistant librarians. So those were some of the general protocols at IIT Delhi. These are the basically protocols for the library users, that we are going to open only one floor, like top floor, and entry will be from a separate door. Like we will not be allowing more than 10% of the total library capacity. And for example, the libraries where there is no provision of keeping physical distance, those libraries should not be open at all. And the books that the user might be wanting should be given at the gate. They should not be allowed to come to the circulation counter or in the rack area. So the books returned are kept separately for at least 48 hours. Uh, they are not immediately returned. And if somebody is want to throw any waste paper, used masks or gloves, then we have bins on all the floors of the library. Washroom need to be cleaned regularly, and in case of thesis submission, we need to issue the no dues. So you can keep the thesis at a separate place. You can ask the person to get the no dues after 48 hours, or they can, send the soft copy. You can check it and you can issue the no dues. So in the same way, if some outside vendor or persons are coming, they should only be allowed while after properly following the protocols. And in case of any complaint suggestion, you may give the link of your library or some email IDs. So these SOPs were discussed in June 5th meeting of the all IIT librarians. Out of 23 IITs, 22 IITs participated in this meeting, which was hosted by IIT Madras. So these SOPs received really great response. So we started partially closing. These are some of the circulars, how we started closing the library slowly, and our library was finally closed on 25th March. And then we again opened the library with 33 and uh, uh, 33% and 50% staff from May 5. So this text will take you to the link of American Library Association. So then there are some general security measures which are followed by IIT Delhi. Then there are some general necessary measures followed by followed through hospital as well. Then you can give links to COVID related resources from your website, like elsewhere resources or the resources through ESS, or you can really greatly provide the access to your resources through remote login. IIT Delhi is using VPN, virtual private network. But the great thing that IIT Delhi team did during this pandemic time was that we have started the Chevrolet is access to e-resources. So your institutional login credentials are your login and password, so nobody can misuse it. So you can also become the member of InFed, which is you can say Influent Access Management System. There is no separate fee for becoming the member of InFed as of now. So you can become the member. These are all the screenshot. You can see how to join it, what is the eligibility. And during this pandemic time, you can provide really great smart library services. You can make judicious use of social networking. You can give links to the online content, like IIT Delhi Library is running a Arpit course. So we have given link to videos and PPTs from our own website so that people are able to access. Then you can create a institutional profiling system using InfluentNet's free project for you, like IRNS, which can give the H-index of your department as well. And then you can organize e-resources in a better way so that everybody can access during this pandemic time, because you have the time. Okay, so you can give link to all the full text resources from your OPAC itself, so that they are more discoverable. You can strengthen your institutional repository like IT Delhi's IR using DSpace. Instead of printed recommendation, you can have online book recommendation system like this of IT Delhi. Then you can provide news clipping services. You can use institute newsletters or news clipping service. Then you can provide video library services. You can provide article alert service during this pandemic time. And you can also upload different important resources or give link to different important full text resources from your library webs. Like IT Delhi has created this library handbook, and we have uploaded it. Okay, then if your library is having RFID system, then you can use the book drop boxes. You can provide research support services even if you are at home. And you can provide the Ask the Librarian or Chat Now service. Then you can move your, like IT Delhi has migrated all its resources like our Lipsys or IR or everything on Cloud Badal. So you can also explore this cloud of Government of India. Then the most important thing you can do is that you can encourage your faculty members and friends to create profile on different websites, different utilities. Okay, so they are more discoverable. The institute will be more discoverable. You may get more citation, the H-index will be better, and the ranking will be improved. You can also try these, some of the, you can say, AI or machine learning based apps for your library. Like you may have a robot installed on the gate of the library. So instead of seeing the book in the OPAC, you can ask the question from Siri or Cortana whether this book is available in the library. So this may also be configured. But I mean, these are some of the two last slide. So what I'm trying to say is that this pandemic situation has not only created problem, but it has given us opportunity as well. Like we are back to nature, we have improved our ICT infrastructure and knowledge, like we have migrated to Badal, we have created the INFAD. Then there is a improvement in medical infrastructure, there is a investment in online education, we are giving more family time, understanding, we are recording these songs, we are enjoying light moments. Since our movement is restricted, we are saving fuel as well. The pollution level has come down, we have a better hygiene. And we are becoming vocal for local, like our Prime Minister said. We are trying to improve our local made product. We are trying to make use of our internal things. So there are a lot of advantages as well. There are not only disadvantages of this pandemic situation. You can improve your services, you can improve your, like we have learned about all the online apps like Zoom or WebEx, or you can say Bright Talk, or like you are using, the Ola is using really great new platform. So these things were not possible if there would not have been this pandemic situation. So with this, I would like to conclude with the words of these Charles Darwin, that it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Means the situation is very difficult, but if you are able to adapt with the change, then you can survive, you can bounce back again maybe in few months, and you can continue to dominate the world. So you have to follow the Charles Darwin's saying that you have to be responsive to change, only then you can survive. So these are some of the references from where I have taken the literature used in this slide. Still, I would like to acknowledge and thank all the authors, content creator from where I have taken content for preparing this presentation. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Over to you, organizers.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your deep knowledge about handling the whole library system at the time of COVID-19. Your talk was full of enthusiasm and valuable knowledge. It was really an amazing talk. Thank you once again. Now we can start our question answer session. We have some questions from different participants. Here is a question from a senior librarian. Medical institute libraries are working seamlessly to update doctors, faculties, nurse, etc. in this pandemic with all protocols.
So basically, madam, this is not a question. This is basically a comment, and I would like to
Yes,
congratulate this great librarian who is really providing great service. So we have to follow footsteps of people like this librarian, that they are doing good work. For instance, a user is
sir.
suspected, yeah, okay,
Okay,
of
sir. Thank you, sir.
COVID-19.
Another, okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Another is, for instance, a user is suspected of COVID-19 within the library. How can one professionally deal with the situation and ensure that other users don't get scared of using the library afterwards?
So, madam, I have already given in my SOPs that if we are seeing someone who is not keeping well, even if he may not be a suspect of COVID, still we need to take him to a side of the library, maybe outside the library, okay, without touching anything, okay,
Yes,
and then may
yes,
advise him to please see a doctor, or if there is a
yes,
difficult situation, we can help him to call the you can say COVID helpline, or every
yes,
institution
yes,
is having a hospital as well. We can help him
yes.
to take to hospital or advise him to visit the hospital.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Next question is, how can we situate sanitation, DVD, and CD?
So DVD and CDs are generally coming with plastic covers. So as per
Yes,
American Library standards, we need to quarantine CDs or DVDs at least for 70 up to 72 hours. So I would
72 hours.
recommend don't touch CD or DVD until 72 hours are over. Or if you are forced to do that, then there is a problem. Then because you cannot sanitize this properly, the content may be damaged. So in the worst situation, you insert the CD, check it, and then properly sanitize your hands and other areas where the CD touched the surface. But better to not to touch that CD or DVD at least up to 72 hours.
Another participant asked, in COVID-19 time, how can do physical variation in the books of the library?
I could not understand the question of Akhtar. Physical variation or verification? Uh, I mean, if it is a physical,
I think verification.
okay. If it is
Verification.
a if it is a physical verification, I think this is the time. If your library is small, this is the best time you can do the physical verification, because the libraries are closed from outside, and since the books are already inside from so many days, so they can't have any virus. So this is the right
Virus.
time to do the stock verification. If you are using the RFID, you can use the handheld scanner as well. And the method of
Yes.
stock verification is same everywhere. Either you need to carry the accession number, or you can use the handheld scanner. Okay.
Another question for Prabhakar Sekhar. How school library can be offered their services to students and what special precautions needed to be followed by school librarian?
I think in other countries, school libraries are most active libraries. They are providing links to audiobooks. Okay, they are providing uh, where there is no 4G, even the podcast service they are providing. And in some of the countries, they are providing physical books to different locations of the uh, area. They are providing like 2 3 books to a location, uh, and then they are taking it back as well after some times. But that may be difficult because India is a huge country. We have so much of population. So what they can do is that they can provide links or PDFs of the ebooks. and lot of PDF of ebooks are available, and there are lot of audiobooks also available. So you need to explore. As a school librarian, I think this
Yes.
is a really good time for you to explore different free services, and you can let the people know.
Thank you, sir. Next question is from Satpal Gumbar. Can library staff use PPT kit to provide better service to users?
In fact, this is PPE kit, personal protection
PPE kit.
equipment. I don't think a library need to wear the PPE kits. If you are doing lot of circulation transaction, then you may need to wear the PPE kit. So since we are not touching any book, we are allowing 48 to 70. So there is no need to use PPE kit. Instead, you can use a mask which may cover your face as well. You can use a transparent mask which may cover your head and face as well. So that will be safer instead of using the PPE kit.
Okay, sir. Thank you. The next question is Avinash. Is there any research suggests that books need to quarantine for 72 or 24 or 8 hours? The fact on this.
Yes, I have quoted a paper which was published on February 6, 2020, and it is published in the Elsevier journal. So that you can take it as a reference source. That is a research paper. Apart from this, the American Library Association has also issued guidelines. So these are really authoritative bodies. Okay, Elsevier, if Elsevier is publishing a paper, it's a research paper. So you can use those paper or ALA guidelines as authoritative guidance or document.
Next question is Anu Singh. Question is, what are the necessary precautions libraries should take to reduce risks, fear or anxiety among the users as well as the library staff?
I think although I have covered these things, but let me tell you again that you should be very friendly with your staff. As a librarian or head of the library, you should make your staff comfortable. They should not be fearing their job. Like IIT Delhi has been releasing salary even last 3 months. Even most of the people have not attended the office even for a single day. So one thing. Secondly, you should keep necessary things in the library. While somebody is entering in the library, should be wearing a face mask, should have a thermal screening. Okay, you should sanitize his or her hands, and then you can provide a bottle of sanitizer in all the sections. And you should not be expecting much work from your staff. Let them be comfortable. We can, if we are alive, we can do the work later on as well. Our life is long, but if we will not survive, so there is a disturbance from somewhere. Some kids are some kids are talking.
Yes.
No problem. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So now there is all questions are over. There is some questions for some invited guests and participants are there. Will be joined here. One of them is there, Mr. Vijay Kumar Pradhan, and he want to discuss something with you related to this COVID-19 time, how to use the library. Sir, Vijay sir, now you can discuss with our.
Yes, Dr. Pradhan.
And also,
yes,
and also another participant is there, Mr. Sadanand Chaudhary, who will also discuss with you.
No issues.
Now over to you, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Nabi sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Dr. Nabi sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for your nice, informative, and trending topic you have delivered today for in the Ola banner. Sir, as I know you, sir, you are always a kind-hearted person to all the professionals of India and especially to Odisha, sir. So I am thankful to you, sir. Sir, I have a small question. Sir, do you think if we put so much restrictions in the new normal situation, already psychologically the students and researchers are in distress as they are not coming to the university or institutions for their study and all this research purpose? They are already in distress condition. If we put so much restriction, is it practically possible to be such a hard task master in this time of drastic situation, sir?
Dr. Pradhan, I missed your question. You are saying that their students are already under stress. What type of restriction you are talking about? I mean, can you repeat the
We
first
are
thing?
we are already putting so much restrictions, like 10% or 20% we will allow to
Mhm.
come inside the library, and for returning of books and return books for normal operation, we are putting so much restrictions. So already they are in distress. So if we put, how can we relieve their pressure
I think these are not restriction. We need
as
to
a
make them,
librarian?
yeah, we need to make them comfortable. Like we are not putting restriction. You see, even 10% are not coming to the library. Very few are coming. Institutions are already closed. So we are not restricting anyone. Even if more than 10% will be coming to the library, we will be opening some other spaces. Okay. As far as like uh, returning of book is concerned, we have already allowed the people to retain the books until someone else is asking for the same book, and we are just asking them to drop the book in the drop box. And if they are getting the book issued, we are taking out the book from the shelf and we are giving them the book in hand. So basically we
Okay.
need to be very comfortable and cool with our behavior with the students. So we are not putting any pressure. We are not
Yes, sir.
asking for any fine, anything.
Okay, sir. One more thing, sir. What steps should the library take to introduce self-service or touchless service to avoid unwanted human interaction?
Uh, Last word. What step the library should take to provide? Uh,
Self-service or touchless services.
okay. So
Touchless services.
I think in this situation, self-service should not be provided for issuing the book. Like for returning the book, they can drop the books and we can uh, touch those books after 48 hours. But as far as issuing is concerned, if you will allow the student to go inside the rack, take out the book, then there is a chance of spreading the virus infection. So what you can do is that you can ask the reader to provide you the accession number or class number of book. You can take out the book as a librarian and you can hand over the book by issuing in their name. So I mean there is nothing to worry as far as library is concerned. I think IT Delhi has almost 10,000 students, and this is for the first time that my students are really very happy. IT Delhi library's impression is really great for the first time. Even my director is appreciating, my dean academics is appreciating, because we are trying to provide out of box services. Like all the resources are available remotely. Earlier BPN was for faculty only. Now we have started Civole based services. So everybody is able to access. We are hosting so many webinars and author workshop. So I think we need to take few initiative, and nobody is charging. Like publishers are also willing to help.
So, as a last question, sir. As a library professional, we all have worked in normal library scenario. So, after post-COVID and new normal situation, what should be our prime focused area for providing value addition services to our academic community so that they will be happy?
I think this COVID situation has trained us to provide really better services. So I think you should try to provide remote access like InFed or Sibbles based services, and there are a lot of free open source services. So you should try to explore all the resources which are freely available or which are subscribed, so that they can access these resources from their rooms or home. So you should encourage the users that they should come to the library only when they need to enjoy the ambience of the library, or if they need to physically take the book. So you need to make them comfortable that you need to come to. Initially when the library will be open, even in new normal, people may not be that comfortable in coming to library. Like restaurants are open, barber shops are open, even people are not going there.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your kind information.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Dr. Sadan
Mr.
Chaudhary,
Vijay,
please.
for your valuable queries.
Yeah,
Now,
Dr. Sadan.
yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my question is, since there is no total testing of persons, then how we can ensure that someone is not infected? And is there any chances of that, I mean to say, how we can assure that one person is not infected, sir?
Your question is very correct, but this is the question everybody is asking. This is a bigger thing, comparing librarians. Like
Yes, sir.
such, we are such a big country. It is not possible to have testing of all the people. Okay, so
Yes,
I
sir.
think many of the people are are not having any symptom of COVID, and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like when you have a dengue, you are treating for
yeah.
fever and body pain, those things, and you are recovered without testing that you was having a dengue. In the same way, this is new normal. I mean, you have to strengthen your you can say immune system. You have to take good diet. You have to take very good
Yeah.
care of yourself, and you can avoid talking to people uh, very closely. So that is the only way. Otherwise, how we can judge who is COVID infected or not? In Delhi itself, if you are taking random
Yes.
sample, I think maybe 10 to 20 people, 10 to 20% people are infected, but they are not
Yeah, right,
causing
sir.
any harm to anyone. The thing is that we have to take very good care of our seniors, 60 plus, and kids,
Okay, okay, sir.
and the people who are already having other diseases.
Sorry, I can add the question because I am working in the ICMR library. There is
Great.
in India there is a strict guidelines to whom we will test. It is not possible 130 crore people to test. It's a vast
True.
task.
Okay, sir.
Another is that's why ICMR has fixed the guidelines. What is the systematic testing to whom we will test? That is
True.
the reason. It is not possible. That is the reason.
Okay, sir.
Another thing, I just one query. I'm just adding another query. What one participant has asked a query: how to sanitize a CD and DVD. I will give a very good, bright example recently because IIT Bhubaneswar has developed a ultraviolet machine, sanitization machine. They have bring to our ICMR laboratory, RMRC laboratory. It is now tested. It is kept in the RMRC. Suppose anything, suppose CD, DVD, mask, mobile phone, whatever things, you just keep for the 2 to 3 minutes. After that, it is ultraviolet radiation. It will be sanitized. That's the best thing. We can use our CD, DVD. We can keep in the library. Now, ICM, that is IIT Bhubaneswar, their faculty member, they have developed. They have tested in the ICMR. Now it is in the they are going to manufacture in the large scale. That is good news for the all the that is sanitization of the all the small items like mobile phone, spectacles, watch, wristwatch, everything else you can sanitize. That is the thing. I can add this now.
So this is a great news from IIT Bhubaneswar. If UV rays can disinfect or keep the virus away, that is a really good news. And that
that is in the testing process. That is now already
okay.
We have kept that they have given a machine to us in RMRC. It is now we are just testing how far it is practicable. It can be done. Now is the testing process. They are going to manufacture large scale now.
Great, great.
Okay.
Another thing now. Any question? Any question from this side? Otherwise, I now request
any more
our
questions from Mr. Sadanand?
secretary, Sushant.
No.
No.
Can I answer this question, Sushant?
Okay, you can answer.
Okay, he is asking how IIT Delhi is assigning work from home, assigning assignment to staff, and regarding book quarantine.
Thank you, sir.
Whether we should stop newspaper. See, IIT Delhi is not subscribing to any printed newspaper. We are providing even news clipping services using online free resources. As far as assigning work is concerned, the people who are having laptop and desktop, mostly what we can take work from home. We have asked them to check our database using OPEC, or to check our entries in the institutional repository, to check different content on our website, library website, and to explore some other ways how the library services can be improved. And we have also requested our staff to contribute for the library manual. So these are some of the works that we have given to the junior staff. As far as our officers are concerned, they are doing all the great work, like hosting webinars, creating website, creating contents. So these are all the work that we can take as work from home. But obviously you cannot take work from home from a class 4 staff or a person who is not that much educated. So as far as this question is concerned from Raj Mahapatra, obviously everybody is worried, we are losing our jobs in private, even our DA is freeze in government sector. There may be problem with LTC, or maybe with transport allowance as well. So obviously the future is, as of now, the future is uncertain, but it is not bleak. Like Lancaster long back said, long back discussed about the paperless libraries. There is no paperless library as of now. So I think after the COVID-19 situation, again, we will be having jobs. And I think librarians are the people who can fit anywhere. We can we can be used in ranking services, we can be used in analysis services, we can be used in different other services. So don't worry, dear, don't worry that much. As a MLIS student, that the jobs will not be there. Jobs will definitely be there. It's a the God is saying that I am here. भगवान को कौन मानेगा अगर इस तरह की सिचुएशंस नहीं आए? अभी अमेरिका, यूके, चाइना, एवरीबॉडी इज वरीड, कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे हैं इस वायरस का. दे आर नॉट इवन एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई द प्रॉपर सोर्स एज वेल. तो भगवान ने अपना, गॉड ने अपना एक थोड़ा सा ट्रेलर तो बीच में दिखाना ही होता है. So don't worry, the God will take care of all of us.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now I request B.K. Panda of TCS. He will give the formal vote of thanks. Or before closing this session, he will discuss about the coming tomorrow's next week's program. And Mr. Panda, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you, all of you, and hope everything is well and fine at their end. COVID, the pandemic has gave us opportunities for all the library and information professionals to think about how to cope up with the situation. And it was a very good learning for all of us from Dr. Navi Ishan of IIT Delhi. And the survival for the fittest, will see the lights of tomorrow. Thank you for Odisha Library Academy to give me the opportunity to give a formal vote of thanks to all the dignitaries present over here. I'm Bijay Panda of TCS Bhubaneswar, all Assistant Secretary, Joint Secretary to Odisha Library Academy. Convey my gratitude to Dr. Navi Ishan, IIT Delhi, so share his valuable insight for library professionals in post-pandemic situation. In continuation with this webinar, another exciting webinar on 20th June is scheduled on next Saturday, which will be coming live to you on YouTube channel of Odisha Library Academy at 7 p.m. in the evening and Indian Standard Time. It will be hosted. It will be our resource persons would be Dr. Stephen Abraham from renowned, former president of Special Library Association USA and Canadian Library Association, and a renowned library trained watcher and key speaker and innovator and author of Stephen's Lights Out blog. And request you all to kindly block your calendar for 20th June. This will be the greatest opportunities for all of us to think in post-pandemic world, and he will speak more about the digital technology available for all of us. And I would like to thank you, Dr. Bijayananda Pradhan and Dr. Sadanand Chowdhury, for joining with us and contribute on Ola banner. We are very much thankful to Dr. Banamar Shahu, OLA President, for chairing this session. We are very much thankful to Dr. Vibhuti Bhushan Sahu for actively arranging the resource person for OLA webinars. We are very much thankful to our web administrator, Mr. Bashant Kumar Das, Mr. Sambhunath Sahu, and Niranjan Mahapatra in backend, and Dr. Satyaranjan Sahu for setting the technical aspects of this webinar and background support. We are very much thankful to all the participants and viewers on YouTube and Facebook and other media persons who are covering this in different sources. We are thankful to Dr. Bedarata Das for successfully coordinating this webinar, 5th webinar successfully. Last but not the least, we thank you to all the OLA office bearers, Dr. Kamal Lochan Jena, Vice President, Dr. Basudev Mahanti, Secretary of OLA, and Mr. Avinash Das, Treasurer, and Dr. Satyaranjan Sahu, and all other OLA members who has wholeheartedly support for this webinar. Thank you so much, Dr. Nabi Hussain, for connecting with us and give a valuable insight on standing operating procedures for the library. Thank you so much. We are happy to connect with you in near future.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now the webinar is closed.
Thanks.